Hey everybody, welcome back to another war video here in Empires and Puzzles. This is 3KO Games. Guardians Reborn is facing off in another war equalizer against this Russian alliance, САМОРОДКИ, which I think means nuggets. Good luck, nuggets. We're actually very close to the end of the war. I'm doing some commentary after I did the hits. Hit number 1. We went in against this Diao-Chan tank, and if you've watched my videos before, you know about this anti-Diao-Chan team, or really anti-anybody who's big and beefy. Torben gives extra damage, so when she gets hit with Torben, she takes damage from everybody on the team, but I just needed to find a way to actually get some reds. Luckily, this team is strong enough that I can actually send some tiles into her, because if she gets a minion going on, it's kind of okay. I just really need to get my red tiles, and it things didn't look promising at first. But I can really stack tiles into her, because these heroes will actually plow through 2 minions pretty easily, but in this case there were no minions to plow through. I wasn't thrilled that Guardian Kong was put to sleep, but I thought, well, gosh, we'll just this damage once. Luckily, everybody else on that team didn't have a status ailment or immunity or a defense up or anything, so we were able to take out Diao-Chan in one go. Perfect timing of Equalizer, so that Kong was ready to go, and then Toon Thorn was just about ready to hit. So I just laid some tiles into him, and then I love this little cascade that actually took out Armand. Great, so the blue reflect took him right out, and then I just had to deal with these friends in the middle. I went for the 3 match instead of the Dragon Bomb, because I saw that one more tile was going to set Lemonwood off. So here again, Equalizer is just about to go off, but so is Lemonwood, and I needed to drain my heroes of mana. So that's what was going on here. Hoping he doesn't just keep hitting Torben and Guardian Kong. I think he hit Torben anyway, but just once. So I was still doing okay. Now just trying to ghost some tiles in the middle, but still taking hits from the Shimmer Scale Mega Minion, so I didn't want to have to wait too long. Luckily, there we go. I got some reds. Perfect timing of Equalizer, and fired Torben over there. So now he took the damage from himself and from Lemonwood. This last streak here gets a little dicey. Took out Kong and had a full health Mega Minion from Shimmer Scale. Luckily, I was able to heal myself as well, and get some reds there in the corner. I healed. I should have waited for the to use Phonexa after Equalizer, but between Brimstone and Torben, Shimmer Scale was looking okay. Then we got a couple more reds, and I decided to just shoot right through, even though Equalizer was about to go off, because I just saw that the damage was almost there. I could have waited. I guess an extra turn would have been a little bit faster, but that was hit number 1. Then I took this green and yellow team, another team that I've never exactly taken before, but I just saw these blues there, and I saw a purple tank in Obacon. So I figured color matching, this would work pretty well. Didn't know how to get that green at the bottom. I thought maybe I should get it right away, and that's what I ended up doing. And then I debated whether I wanted to take make the yellow vertically just to the left of Obacon, or do a double match like that. That's the way I went. Getting lucky with some yellows, but really not at all for greens. So we're going to have to eat a hit from Obacon. And I'm just hoping that something is going to come up here. I tried my luck with those yellows, and then I got lucky with this cascade and even more yellows. Boom, that gave me Vivica and Li Zhu. But now Equalizer was just about to go off, and I figured, oh shoot, I think this is going to set Elkinen off, but that was like the safest match there was on the board. Tunes on the left, non-tunes on the right, so I decided to aim my silence over there on the right, because it would take, and I'm still just trying to get some green tiles. I don't know why I didn't take the blue tiles up the center earlier to try to get some greens. Oh well. I think I do that now, though. Ghosting those greens, and hopefully setting up some more greens. Yeah. So I have to stand through some pretty big hits here, 3 hits in a row. Luckily, the bleed damage from Varus wasn't going to last very long because we had Equalizer, but I didn't know if I should even let bleed damage happen even one time, because I thought, well, do I waste Siegfried's special? He won't actually get to counterattack anybody, but he would just wipe away the bleed. And I think that's what I ended up doing. Zandrella hit everybody, but I was worried that she might die. So I'm like, well, let me just hit right now anyway. And then we've got more greens right up the center now that I can ghost. Yeah, and with that dance that expired already, I still kind of saved everybody because they didn't get damage from that bleed any longer. A little combo gave me Vivica, but also was just about to set Elkinen off. So frustrating. And at this point, I lost those 2 flanks, and it was a little dicey for a while because I'm sure Siegfried can help the counterattack thing, but counterattacking whom? Because my heroes are all spread out kind of funny. So I felt like, I'm gonna win this eventually, but it's gonna be frustrated on how this actually happens. So just trying to wait for them to be close to attacking, to pop that special from Siegfried. So now I'm just like, let's throw tiles in there, and hopefully they'll actually hit me. Of course, they just keep hitting Siegfried. No counterattack, because they just keep aiming for him again and again. And Equalizer goes off before Magni hits, so now I don't have the counterattack, and that's really frustrating. But if nothing else, I mean, Li Zhu is not really an attacking hero, but that's what she's doing here. Got the counterattack up again, but guess what? He hits Siegfried again. Pretty annoying, because Elkinen does also heal himself. So this was taking a little while. I was able to ghost some yellows again. Let's try again. Heal myself and see if the silence takes from Li Zhu on these tunes, or if that damage does anything. Yeah, that damage is very small. And now I don't really have the greens either. But those greens in the upper right-hand corner with a little red match will cascade those, and I should be able to get my counterattack. And we'll see if Elkinen just hits Siegfried yet again. Yay, they hit anybody else. But nope, see, Alkuna just keeps hitting Siegfried. So my my counterattack game is not working at all. Getting pretty frustrated here. Timer's cutting down. I think if I was smart, I played some just dead tiles over somewhere to wait until after Equalizer for him to go off. Yes, okay. So now let's see if he hits Siegfried like another time and doesn't get the counterattack. What are the chances? What are the chances that every single time he just keeps hitting over there? Pretty ridiculous. So I just decided, you know what? Let's go for some tile damage and see if we can do it. And we did. Increased damage. So, whew, that was the end of that hit. Pretty long one. I was surprised this team was only 60 points because that is just a huge hit from a bunch of Mega Minions all over the place. I wish I had more Moth heroes, but I have Mordowitch, and she can be really great against Mega Minion heroes. Yeah, I mean, you can see all that damage I'm taking already. Was able to get some reds, hoping for some purples, then I got lucky, had some purples coming up. Didn't know if I should do the Dragon Bomb or maybe the 3 in the center. But it was a good timing here for using Obacon so that hopefully I could activate this this counterattack and maybe give myself a little bit more mana. But I saw there was one move away. I don't know why I didn't wait for Equalizer here. I was just impatient or something like that. But key there, I finally got Mordowitch up. And now Rosalind is very low on mana, so I can probably even send some tiles into her and she's not going to fire. Because I really need her to be gone. So I'm kind of watching the Equalizer and watching her health and also Kolya's health from some bleed damage. Sent some tiles into Shimmer Scale because he was about to go off anyway. And then some purples in there. And I love that Mordowitch's Moth Dust makes people go to sleep after Equalizer. So I had to worry about Dima, but I thought maybe just a hit from Obacon right now would actually just take out Rosalind and Kolya, and it did. Awesome. And now I've got the counterattack, so it's going to help to chip away at everybody here. Yeah, both of those heroes took some pretty good damage and actually died on that one. Now I was just left with Shimmer Scale. As long as I didn't give him another Mega Minion, I thought it would be a fairly easy finish here. And there were the reds I needed for Dima and for Scoria. And that was the end of the hit. I was one of the last one to hit towards the end of war here, and there was one clean left for a flip, and it was a really tough flip. As you can see, some people got some singles, and it's the same team that I just had just defeated in that video before. But now we're just left with lots of Mega Minions. And that can be really dicey. As you can see, I thought, well, if I get Cyprian up and have a little counterattack, it might be nice. But from a couple Mega Minion hits, Cyprian was just about gone already. maybe I should have just taken the yellows in the middle. Just trying to find a way to ghost and not set them off. Kolya is very close to firing his special. And yeah, I was wondering, do I wait until after? But I thought, no, you know what? I think I can just take these guys out. Yeah. So now it wasn't so bad. I mean, Shimmer Scale can do damage here, but I have a wide open range where I can ghost some tiles as long as I eventually get some greens or some purples. But it took a couple extra hits before I could actually get there. Another round of ghosted greens, and I've got Chikao on charge 2, and I think that does it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind. Okay, this one goes on for a little while, just because of that dumb revive stuff. I don't know why I didn't actually make that into a full green match, but I didn't. And now just trying again. Hey, will this eat through the Mega Minion? Not quite. But the little mana boost from Toxicandra gave me all my those other couple heroes. So War Equalizer's off again. Quick heal. Another hit from Chikao, and maybe this will be it. And yep, got the clean. Always fun to see a brand new fresh board. I took Domitia here to dispel in case what's-his-face forces started to taunt. Of course, taunt is not the most effective in Equalizer because it's just going to go away eventually. But I also just took my strong blues up against a Scoria tank, and as you can see, I ended up with lots of blues and purples. So, one of those times where, like, yay, this is actually going to work out. And I decided, let's not take the blues right away, because I felt like I might be able to get a blue diamond, which I did. The timing of this wasn't perfect, because I'm like, oh, I can pop this diamond, but that might set off Scoria, and then he's got pretty near a full Equalizer turn to shut somebody down, but they just shut down Delarfuller, and I didn't need that heal yet, so I could still get my big attack in from my blue team. And then I just didn't know where exactly I wanted to play the tiles next. With this, I was left with a ghosting lane for those purples, which is pretty nice. Unfortunately, Gelach was just about out, and I think, do I lose him here? I think I'd lose him right here. Yeah. But after Equalizer, so I can heal and get the corrosive burn and get the status ailment immunity. And then I was just trying to think who I might be able to best chop away over here. I went for Elkanen. I wondered if the couple blue tiles would just take forces out, and they did, so that was awesome. I was ready for another heal. But then I saw Equalizer was going off. But then I saw that, what's-his-name, Silverpaw was about to go off. I'm like, well, yeah, let's... First I'm like, well, maybe this will take him out, and it didn't quite. So I'm like, I don't really want to spend my healer and have Equalizer go off so that the ailment immunity isn't working anymore. But I didn't want to die with Silverpaw's hit. So I went ahead and used the heal, which saved me. That might have just taken her out before. Yeah, and then I still had blues all over on the left that I could ghost to use one more time. But still, Elkanen posing a problem. ghosted some tiles, Equalizer went off, I got my heal, and a good big hit from Demisha took him out, I think. No, it didn't. Okay, never mind. So I had to go in again and try to get some extra tiles again. I didn't want to set him off, so I thought, well, maybe I need to play it over here. I probably could have just played those upper right tiles and been okay, because I had to wait a long time to get the tiles that I needed. And in the end, I ended up just playing those tiles anyway. And late enough that he could actually hit. So I should have just played them earlier. He might not have actually gone off. But anyway, there was the end of that hit. Having a really positive war, and a pretty open board, and pretty much everybody's done. I just saw I hadn't used any of these yellow heroes yet. And then Starwalker, who I don't use that much. I kind of forget about the power of Starwalker in Equalizer. And if I use him with like a strong blue hitting team, then the blue hits by themselves might just take people out. So I just brought him with the only other blue hero there is my healer, so that if he could go off, the actual upfront damage probably wouldn't kill anybody, but perhaps the Equalizer thing would actually hurt some people. But as you see, like, can I get some blues and yellows, please? At least there's a yellow match up the center. But things were not looking great as far as where I could go, and I just sorely needed some more blue tiles now to get a heal, and still none. I got lucky there, and it didn't set anybody off. And I got lucky that he didn't hit on the left side, so I still got my healer. And I saw that Alassie was about to cleanse. I couldn't remember if she was a safe cleanse or not, so I took the yellow match first. And she gives a mana generation down. That's why I got one more yellow match a little bit later, and they still didn't weren't ready to fire. I didn't understand why. But now we're looking at letting Equalizer kind of just do its thing. So I did a little combo here, wondering if that would take out Demi-Loon. It didn't, but then Equalizer goes off and it takes him right out, which is pretty nice. But now I'm facing hits by Marjana and Sparklight, and still I just don't have the tiles I need. And there goes Starwalker. And finally, here's some yellows. But there goes June. Are you kidding me? And I was torn. I'm like, well, I'm starting to get some yellows. But do I wait? Yes, I waited for Equalizer to go off. And didn't know, because they're both kind of mana control heroes. Did I need mindless attack? I just thought I'd just feed 2 hits into one of them and just try to take a target out. But things looked really dicey. I just couldn't get the yellow tiles in this board the way I wanted to. I saw 2 matches here to get at least that one match of yellow tiles. But Anteros was gone. But looking at this field, at least we're pretty full on mana. I thought, well, let's see what happens. So that was a good Lemonwood hit. If I had just had an additional yellow match, or didn't get quite this big a cascade, I might have been able to time it just right so that I hit Marjana again. But yeah, I mean, her special skill against Lemonwood he was not going to last. So anyway, that was the war. Thank you for tuning in. Almost a perfect 6 for 6, except that little scrap at the end. And it looks like war is almost over. It looks like we are going to claim the victory on this one. So pretty exciting. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment, do all the things, and have yourself a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.